other challenges. So let's try this. I think this team might be able to survive forever. At least you're suffering here with me. Yeah, I'm sure there are many of us who have suffered this, but I hope that I don't have to suffer it so much this time. Yeah, this was the challenge quest, I think, in the very first summer event. I don't know, or actually, I don't think it was a challenge quest per se, it was just a difficult quest. Let's make sure we have heals and defense as much as possible. Unfortunately, Jean's third skill is a dead skill. It's max HP. Let's actually use it now. Get it on cooldown. Oh, I don't have a Lord. Yeah, and we're gonna want to get Jean's NP up fast, but Hans's NP is probably the top priority. We might be able to kill this guy. Yeah, we'll do this. There's no need to use the Arts Chain. We're gonna get Jean's NP up to 12 easily in time for when we need it. So that Arts Chain is kind of wasted, so we'll go for damage. Damn, even that Buster crit wasn't enough. But we'll be able to kill that Hermit Crab the old-fashioned way, and then we'll be able to use Burn on the others with my Gozen's NP. Not now, but soon. Okay, as tempting as it is to use Tomoe Gozen's Buster card, I think we want to get Hans's NP to fall soon. I'm worried he's gonna die. But yeah, I mean, how long have you been playing FGO, actually? I've been playing since it came out in NA, but I knew it was a thing in JP, but I never played it in JP. I'm not going to play it in JP. I don't understand the language, so... Also, I prefer having Clairvoyance EX rather than having new servants, which, I mean... I can sort of understand why people want to get the newest servants as they come out instead of having to wait 2 years. For me, I'm like, I don't really care. I'd rather be able to save up St. Quartz, like for Archetype Earth. In my case, it was for... Actually... Yeah, let's do that. For Shiki, I was saving up when the game first came out, because, again, Kara no Kyokai, I am a big fan, and particularly Ryogi Shiki is my favorite waifu character among any anime. She's definitely, yeah, just gorgeous, and I love her personality, I guess. There's something about that. Perhaps it's speaks to, I don't know, I feel like she has multiple personalities, but she's very tomboyish. I don't know if I feel like if Kara no Kyokai came out now, excuse me, now, some people might say that she's autistic or something, because autism is... A lot of people consider it a very male brain. That's a very crude way of putting it, but that is one metaphor of it. And so, Ryogi Shiki being a multiple personality character whose male personality dies and her female personality decides to hyper masculinize as a way to make up for it, ends up kind of coming off almost as autistic. But I mean, hey, that's actually kind of cute. See. No, we'll do that. Played since the game came out in NA? Okay, nice. Let's see, so you're an old timer as well. 7+ years. It's been interesting seeing how the game has It's just constantly evolved, right? I remember for the longest time, it felt like so long, and now, you know, looking back, it's much less time than it's been the case much less than it hasn't been, which is that Artoria, Saber Artoria used to be shit on so much as one of the weakest sabers. Now she's one of the strongest. She has been one of the strongest for a long time. And that's because of the buffs they gave her. But during the first, I think, year and a half, it just felt like, when are they gonna finally give her the buffs that she deserves? And now we've got, well, we had command codes a few years ago, and great servant coins, append skills, grails. We're gonna get, what, servant skills, right? Like, I don't even know how they work, but I know you're supposed to unlock skills that correspond to entire sets of servants. Okay, this turn, yeah, let's use Hans's NP. Actually... Oh yeah, let's use Hans's NP. Remember when Gilgamesh was considered the hot shit? Yeah, I mean, he is still, right? It's just, he's been power crept because other servants have gotten incredible selective buffs like Gilgamesh has. Gilgamesh having that interlude early on where he just got a straight up, I think, 30% damage buff against servants. Or no, he got a 30, he always had a damage buff against certain types of servants, but what they gave him was a straight up 30% NP damage buff on his NP. That was it. They just made his NP give himself a stronger NP. And ever since then, he was rightfully so considered just a beast against enemy servants. And I think he still is. It's just that they're, because of how many other servants have gotten niches where they have incredible damage buffs, he's no longer the, like, far and away the top choice in so many situations. In fact, often he's not the top choice. But I still have him. I have him NP2 level 100. Still very happy to have him. He is a very good servant, regardless. Just, he has no defensive skills whatsoever. Zero. Absolutely nothing. Yep. The Tomoe Gozen should be able to kill that one. No, not anywhere near enough damage. I guess the damage reduction that the Hermit crabs have in the later waves might be much higher. I think the final wave only has 2 Hermit crabs. How about this? Let's use this for the heal. And we'll do this so that Jean can get her NP back to full. Alright, so I think what we're gonna need to do is use Tomoe Gozen's NP just really often. I mean, we knew that because her NP is the only one that offers the burn. But for the last wave, I'm realizing that we have to fully rely on her NP. Oh, nice, okay. The poison all got on Tomoe Gozen, which means she just poisoned the one time. And here we should be able to have Anderson and P almost back to back, possibly back to back if we get things right, because his second skill is going to allow him to charge his NP very quickly. Yeah. Unfortunately, the arts card did not get the 100% crit stars, so let's just pray that we get a crit here. Okay, very good. We got another arts chain. Now, do I want to use Hans's NP now, right away, or do I want to let it stagger a little bit so that we can even space them out a little bit? I don't know. But I do think... Oh no, I don't have the heal. I'm a little worried about Hans going down. He's always been kind of troublesome for how easily he dies. What's the overcharge on his NP? Oh, extra healing. And the overcharge on her NP is more burn damage. I don't think the extra burn damage is enough of a difference maker to make up for the healing, so let's overcharge his Hans's NP for the heal. You know, I'm pretty sure the first time I pulled Tomoe Gozen was on Fujino's banner. And of course, Tomoe Gozen and Fujino have some things in common because they're both single target buster archers with guts on a skill. And I mean, I guess that might be where it ends, but they're also both really great servants. They're both really cute, and I do love her outfit, and the way she speaks is, yeah, just great. Because I believe she speaks in a very conservative, old-timey way, like she's somebody who stepped out of medieval times, because she is. But also she's a gamer, right? That's the whole thing. I don't know if that was original to FGO or if that was some sort of fan concept that became a real thing. I think it was during the Servant Summer Camp event where, I mean, that's where you get the Saber Tomoe Gozen who has the VR set. But I don't know if that preceded that meme. Yeah, let's just go with the easy option, Arts Chain. We'll need to use Tomoe Gozen's NP on that final Hermit Crab, I think. Okay, very good. Do the Hermit Crabs have 3 moves or 2? I don't remember, we'll find out. I wonder if a Brave Chain from Tomoe Gozen, maybe a couple, would be able to do it. We're not gonna get that much NP charge out of that because it's a Buster card. We might be able to save Tomoe Gozen's NP for next turn instead. We'd have to get somewhat lucky. Right, let's do this. I'm worried about Hans again, but at least he's got the guts. Okay, wow! Tomoe Gozen, I think she should be able to do 1,000 damage, right? Even through the damage reduction? I hope so. Okay, there we go. Excellent, that worked out almost perfectly then. Yep, there's 2 of them. Okay, let's use that. So, again, the NP was probably gonna do like less than 5,000 damage, but we need to get that burn on. Wow, not even 1,000 damage. Damn. Yeah, the damage reduction on these Hermit Crabs is insane, so it definitely does scale up as the rounds go, the waves go. So I'd say it's pointless to really care much about the regular damage, the face card damage. We're just gonna focus on getting Tomoe Gozen's NP up so that we can get the burn. Could you use flat damage CEs? Probably could. Yeah, but flat damage gives what, like extra 200 damage, extra 500 damage at most? So even so, you're getting what, let's say you use a full-on Brave Chain and you get 600 damage on the entire turn. That's just still not much. Thousands? What CE gives thousands of flat damage? Or no, there's one that gives 1,000 maybe, but that's only for a certain number of hits. Oh no, I'm thinking of damage cut. I don't know that much about the CEs about that, but we can check it out. I'm kind of curious actually what kind of flat damage options exist. But I'm pretty sure there's none that gives thousands. Certainly not 2,000 per face card. That would be insane. That's a huge buff in this game. It would be huge. Because a lot of servants do have flat damage that they get because they have Divinity. Divinity offers just an additional bit of flat damage on top of anything you do. It's not affected by crits, it's not affected by buffs, it's just a little extra damage. And those are in the range of like 50 to 500 or something. That might be a higher range than what it actually is, but it's around that. Certainly not 1,000. I'm pretty sure there's no servant in the game who has Divinity that offers 1,000. But, I mean, yeah, so I don't know about the CEs, because the CEs don't tend to scale that highly. Yeah, when's the burn gonna run out? Now, can you stack multiple burns? I think you can. Actually, keeping this guy alive is not that bad because it takes away turns from this guy who has 3 hits. Or, yeah, 3 moves. So what we'll do is this instead and save Tomoe Gozen's MP for next turn. Well, let's just not risk the whole thing with stacking burns just in case the burns don't stack, which would be unfortunate. But maybe we can deal with it. It's not that big a deal. Damn. It's like 1,200 per damage per turn is the most. 1,200 per most. Yeah. So there is a CE that offers like 300 or 300 extra flat damage. Which, yeah, you know, that can work, right? But even so, this guy has 50k HP, so let's say you're able to do 2,000 damage every single turn, because between the flat and everything, that's still 25 turns of straight regular damage. So, you know, it's viable. You can do it. You don't even need the flat damage buff to make it work. Because I think I've powered through this, or come close to powering through it, so it's definitely viable. But you better have a lot of patience, and you better play pretty well, because if you mess up close to the end, which I think that's what I did, you just end up getting kind of fucked. Now, as much as I'd love to use the Buster Chain, I'm going to have to do this, because, again, we're not going to do much damage with the Buster Chain anyway. We really need to get the NPs charged on top of poisons or burns. Right, so you would need... So, yeah, you'd want burn on top of that and everything. But you're still basically relying on the burns and the poisons and all that for the major chunk of the damage. This. That's unfortunate that Hans didn't... Well, I guess that's fine that Hans didn't have his HP that high, or his NP. Or that it was too high and I was wasting the Arts Chain. I just hope using Hans in this situation is not a bad idea, because Hans is such a useful 2-star servant that he's a great one to bring to so many cases. But I have enough really good caster supports 5 stars that I feel like it'll be okay. Okay, 1 turn left. Yeah, extra healing from Hans, of course. But yeah, we're already about an hour and a half in, and I haven't even completed 2 quests. Yeah, this is what I mean when I say that I think they put way too many challenge quests into this event. They would expect you to spend, what, like 12 hours in the game over the course of 2 weeks, which isn't that bad, to be honest, but, you know, that's still about an hour a day. And as an adult with responsibilities and shit, that's not always an option, especially if you've got other games that you want to play as well, right? Which I definitely have other games I want to play, right? Not just other gacha games like Genshin, but of course Elden Ring. Which, man, it is... I'll say the one piece of criticism I might have is that it's too big. It is... Like, with Bloodborne, it was smaller. It was still a fairly big game, but it wasn't as spread out. So it felt like every time I could find something new around the corner. In Elden Ring, it feels like I might have to go horseback riding. To be fair, not that long, only about 5 minutes or so to get to something new, but it's still a decent amount of just nothing to go through, or not nothing, but very, very relatively empty. Not, well, so I don't want to say empty. It's like Elden Ring is very, very few areas are particularly empty or anything, but still just having to go through them to find the next kind of level. Okay, nice. Just got this guy. We just need to clean up. And, oh yeah, another piece of criticism I would say is that so far the bosses aren't that good. They're good. They're good. Oh, wow. Wait, what? Does that guy not have the damage reduction? But I'm still early on in the game, so that can change. But, ooh, wow. But so far, I should have brought the seashell drop increase CE. But so I'm still early on in the game that I'll say, like, I'm ready to be surprised, ready to be impressed by more bosses, more cool bosses. But most of the bosses so far have been kind of variations on the same theme, and difficulty-wise, I think they're scaled quite well. Actually, I'll say that.